Oh god. Wait, where? Huh? Oh, there I am. Hello. Louis. Hi everyone. Let me use take the. There we go. That's better. Hi. Happy Halloween. Hi. Today we are doing Paranoia Festival. I know I put it really late. I wanted it to be closer to Halloween. And it kind of worked out because I got sick. Uh, Happy almost Halloween. God damn it. Okay, so let's see. Stop farting, you guys. Wow. Oh yeah, of course, Goblin is here. Of course, there's farts. Game? Oh, that's not game. That's sticky notes. Ah! This is fine. Okay. Open game. Bye-bye. I got the donut. Yes, it was nice. They didn't have the boxes. They only had like the single ones. Gonna take. Hi, Nebula. Music is so cute. Okay, so would you guys like to have Sidra over for some of the voices so I don't die? My throat's still a bit kind of sore. Cause if you don't know, I had COVID last week, so that wasn't fun. But yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you to the guys from Paranoia for letting me participate and showcasing some of the games. I decided to go for a full game. It's still a demo, but it's quite long. Hi, Jerry. Thank you so much. Welcome. Let me use call join the server. So if you join. Thank you, Munami. Have an easy time at work. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm basically healed. Hi, Aru. Welcome. Thank you, Hanked Man. Welcome. Also, Citra, I'm streaming the game on our Discord if you like to join, so you don't have any delay. I'm gonna show the. Hello, Citra.
Beat the devil out of it.
Would you like me to unmute here? Unmute the stream?
Yeah, I have the stream muted.
Yeah, okay.
E.
E.
Just move the stream to another window.
Yep,
Maybe.
let me get your PNG.
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 Did you put up a notification on Twitter?
Yes.
Yes. And then
There he is. Uh-oh.
yeah. So tiny.
Oh. Oh. Here we go. Perfect.
Echo.
Echo. Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm gonna leave the trigger warning up for a little bit so people have time to leave the stream if they have to.
Yeah, there might be some sadness.
It might have the sad. Oops. Let me double check that I sent the tweet out. Okay, yeah, I did. Nice. Oh, hello, Saffine! Thank you so much for coming. It looks so good. I love the art. No, don't worry. That's amazing that you came here. Thank you.
Thanks for joining.
So, which parts would you like to read, Citra?
I don't know. Do you want to be the narrator type?
You can be the narrator.
I guess you can.
Thank you for the sub, Rasmus. I like the music.
Can't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. Oh. Where is my Discord? Oh.
Please excuse the scope. Oh, there we go.
Do you have sound now?
Yes, now I can hear it. It's so
Okay.
good.
Hi, Queen out here. Hi, Peter. there's so many avatars on the screen. Okay, you can start whenever you want, Cedric.
Okay. I drag myself through the rain. Blurs my vision, forcing me to feel my way through the forest, wind crushing against me from all sides. Prayer is my only form of navigation, but I think the blood running through my veins prevents me from landing in God's graces. I fumble over the tangle of roots and slip over wet moss. My bones instantly shatter from the cold, shock running through my nails as I grip onto a nearby rock. A pathetic whine escapes my throat. Grandmother would have a ball if she could see me now. I can hear her snide remark already. See what happens when you don't listen to me? As if I wouldn't survive long enough to hear the real deal. Sniffle in frustration and try to shake the feeling away with the rain dripping down my face. Always right, of course. Just a moment, my defiance had given me everything I wanted. I'm gonna try and take this as seriously as possible.
Okay.
Lost in thought, I lose control of my limbs. I'm not used to using them all at once, and it's enough to throw me back into a slick earth. Now I really want to cry. The storm is harsh. A thick canopy of trees above me does little to shield me from its rage. Passively turn their leaves away instead, tempting me to scream my grandmother's harshest curses at them. Am I losing it? I shakily lift myself from the ground, snorting weakly into a puddle. Full of summer, it sure is pouring hard. The rain feels like shards of ice against my skin. I watch it distort the reflection in the puddle with ripples. The brief moments where the reflection almost settles, I see piercing yellow eyes. Dark fur. Wilted ears, sleek and clinging to the small, vulnerable form of a wolf pup. For a doggy. Voice of my grandmother hisses in my mind. What have you done, Basil? Was it Basil or Basil? I don't know.
Probably Basil.
Basil sounds better. Fine, we're gonna go with Basil. Basil. We're gonna go with both.
Okay.
Okay, I can be Basil.
Yes.
I need to get back home. I tear away from the puddle and trek on.
Oh no, you were.
Basil.
Yeah,
okay.
you were right.
Haha. Like the herbs. Please, something lead me back home. Something lead me back home. Something. Anything. Maybe that's a risky thing to ask of this forest, though.
Thank you. You're really interested in voice acting as well.
Because something answers. So faint that I question if it's even real. Howl cuts through the wind, or perhaps it's the wind that shrinks away from the sound that ambles through. Fighting my way through the storm has exhausted my body. The frontal lobe of my brain begins to neglect its responsibility to remember what reason is. All My instincts scream to ignore it, but my heart, stupidly curious thing, makes me take a step forward. Fuzzy ears pick up the heavy sounds of my heart pounding. I try to convince myself it's because of fear. Focus on where the howling's coming from. As I get closer to the sound, it begins to resemble crying. The storm has also started to retract its claws. The forest showing mercy, or has it submitted to something more formidable? I could apply for audiobook narration. I have a YouTube channel that I can use.
Oh yeah.
Send me something to read. I've lived in the woods my whole life. I should know better than anyone to never get too comfortable. Red light perforates the dark atmosphere. I swallow hoarsely. There's a mansion in the middle of the woods. From a distance, it would look abandoned, if not for the hazy red light coming from the rooftop. I squint. Is that a greenhouse?
Oh.
A shadowy figure moves quickly behind its clear walls, startling me. I duck into the tall and neglected grass that grows in the mansion's yard. After a short while, I peek through the blades. The shadow is gone. Did I imagine it? I release a nervous sigh and observe the grounds for any sign of life or death. It's a bad idea to come here, a terrible one even. I can't stay here.
Oh.
Retreat back into the shadows of the forest, keeping the mansion in my line of sight. The moment I feel bold enough to turn my back against it, a powerful gale slams into me. Tumble back hard, skidding across the ground and into the tall grass with a cry. It takes me a moment to recover from my swirling vision. I let out a whimper as pain blooms from my arm. It's too dark to see clearly, but it swells up and I try to move. Oh no, oh no, no, no. I grit my teeth and get back on my feet, keeping my weight off my arm as I make for the forest again. Again, I'm denied entrance to the mysterious force by the mysterious force. Panic starts to seep through my bones. I almost wish I could go back into feeling hopeless. I stare at the trees as though they'll suddenly start playing nice, but beings as ancient as them do not bend to anyone's will but their. The wind gives one more shove. Insists that I move forward.
Hi, Pumpkin.
Hello. I bare my adolescent fangs as it smothers the hurt. Let me try again. I bare my adolescent fangs as if to smother the hurt. I know not that my choices were nothing but illusions. I face the mansion once again. It's clear that something or someone from the inside is inviting me in. With no other choice, I creep along the worn brick walls of the mansion and try to find my way in.
Then we have I go to a window, I go to a cellar door, I go somewhere else. What will you pick?
The cellar is always a bad idea. I've seen enough horror movies to know that.
Hi,
That's where the
Sheepy.
sixth dungeon, I mean the torture dungeon is.
Oh no. True, true.
I say go to the window.
Okay, we'll go to the window.
I spy a broken window and see a gauzy white curtain trashing against the glass from the intruding storm.
No going away, we just started. We are playing DICENTRA. It's a visual novel and we are a little poppers.
Yee. Sadly, it's far too high for me to climb and there's no way I can jump in this state.
Oh,
Somewhere else?
okay.
A faint knocking grabs my attention. Pat to the back of the mansion, and my saving grace comes in the form of a door left slightly ajar. Good choice, chat.
Nice.
Aha! I nudge my nose into the tight cap, and relief washes over me when it parts. Did I just say thigh?
Oh! Hi, caller! Thank you. Thank you for the help. Welcome.
4 months.
That's a long time.
Then,
You're the best, sir.
creak?
That's a good creak.
A hiking good creak. An ear-piercing screech echoes through the mansion as the hinges begin to shift. From the looks of it, they haven't moved for a long time. Feeling of ice floods my veins. I stay frozen in the doorway. This mansion is inhabited. There's no way I didn't just announce my entrance.
Yup.
Uh-oh. Fear takes over again. My back paw intuitively steps back so I can attempt to run as far away from this place as I can. A crack. The sound of thunder explodes behind me. I feel my body take on a life of its own as I throw myself into the mansion against my will. That's a scary, spooky jump scare, I take it.
Yep.
The door slams on my way in. I breathe shallowly. I breathed shallowly. When I come to my senses, I'm in a kitchen.
It's okay, Cedra, you're doing a lot better than I would be.
L's. It's dark inside the house. The only source of light comes from the windows above the counters. Everything beyond its reach is a void. I didn't say that.
You're imagining things.
I see a kitchen table and crawl towards it, scratching my nails along the musty wood flooring in a rush to get beneath it. Stay under the table as my breathing starts returning to a normal pace. My eyes are wide and my ears are perked up, on the lookout for anything that could be a threat. The only sounds I pick up are the heavy drums of rain from outside and the occasional creak of the mansion's walls beneath the night air. When I'm confident that there's no sign of life inside the manor, I crawl back into the open and immediately shake off as much rain and mud as I can. I let myself celebrate the minor luxury of finally escaping the maws of the weather, but I don't let my nerves calm down just yet. As soon as my eyes adjust better to the dark, I take the time to study my surroundings more. I notice a hearth. Fuck, I forgot how to pronounce that. I notice a hearth that lacks any recent maintenance. Dishes crowd the counter, and a thick layer of dust forces me to smother a sneeze.
Achoo!
This place hasn't been occupied in a long time. Surely I can allow myself to breathe just a little bit easier in this space, at least until the storm wanes. I bring in a deep inhale, being careful not to get any dust and tread it cautiously.
Ooh.
As I stalk further in, I hold my breath at every corner, carefully looking in all directions for danger. The rest of the mansion is as devoid of life as the kitchen. Most of the rooms here have closed doors, the ones I could see and were graciously empty, sans the derelict furnishings within. Barely anything is in decent shape.
Welcome, Axton.
I couldn't guess how long it's been since a human lived in this manner, but based on the scratched hardwood floors and the broken but intricate-looking side table nestled in the dark corner, I have the impression that this place was neglected even while it was occupied.
Rude.
My nails tap on the floors as I limp into the hallway. My mind settling from all the adrenaline, the ache in the front legs starts to swell, and the heat of my body intensifies the pain. Paintings line the walls from end to end, but it's hard to see them in the dark. Glimpses of light, I could make out some faded landscapes, a few mountains, some castles, and a couple of portraits. One portrait in particular catches my eye. I stop in front of it. Stare at the portrait, foolishly thinking that that it's staring right back. Surely it's just a slight fever setting in and making me come up with silly things. I don't think I've lost my mind just yet. Though, as I observed the side profile of a pale woman, I noticed that she's yearly the most realistic painting I've seen so far.
Ooh.
She turns her head to look down at my tiny form. Every hair on my body goes stiff. Lovely features captured in oil begin to melt off as she steps out from the painting. Smooth ivory skin shrivels to a deathly pallor. Elaborate gown clinging to her sharp shoulders begins to rot as her torso parts open like a blooming rose, revealing decaying bones and organs that run down her skirt look like horrific Decker.
Oh.
Core.
Oh. All right.
Creepy but awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I immediately start running away as fast as I physically can. As I scramble to get away on my hurt leg, I hear something that might be worse than a ghost. Woody and spicy scent of incense fills the humid air, creating a hazy purple fog. The sounds of chains moving in a controlled rhythm rattles me to the marrow in my bones. Footsteps follow shortly after, growing louder alongside the clicking chains. It's coming from the staircase.
Uh-oh.
My breath quickens. I slide to a halt and backtrack away from the sounds. I look behind me and see the glowing apparition of the woman's hunched form stumbling towards me, dragging a trail of gore with a wet squelch. Hide. I need to hide. But where? My eyes start across every inch of the hallway, desperately searching for a small sanctuary. Better not fuck this up, Chad. The footsteps are right behind me. The ghost is right in front of me. This hallway now feels like a tomb. All of the doors are firmly shut. I press against the wall, my heart skipping a beat when I notice a faint tapping sound coming from behind me. I turn around and witness the outline of a door revealing itself. I waste no time shoving the muzzle between the crack and wrench it open. As soon as I pry the door open, I hurl myself through back into the darkness. I walk backwards away from the door, keeping my eyes on it. I'm so focused on the door that I bump into something cold and almost trip over it. I look up and see a dark iron staircase curling up to a high ceiling. A hatch near the top is open, letting the rain from outside drip down onto the cold metal. I hear footsteps once again, this time much louder.
Welcome, Trinata.
I don't dare to breathe or move. Probably not what the sound is, but... Jump scare!
Oh!
Milady, there you are. Voice startles me into moving. No way was I about to stick around and find what fate awaits me. Every fiber of my being is ringing with danger as I climb the stairs, with only adrenaline instructing my limbs. I drag myself up the iron steps until I'm bursting onto the roof and back into the storm. I'm not thinking anymore. I see the greenhouse I had spotted earlier and sprint towards it as fast as I can.
Oh no.
I search for a small space to crawl into, tripping over a mess of vines along the way. Thunder and lightning roar above me. A bright flash of white blinds me. I can feel my claws scratch against the wet tiles. A door slams shut in the distance, causing a rippling effect into the walls and reaching the rooftop. When the rippling stops, everything goes quiet. The energy of the manor shifts completely. A jolt of lightning from the storms make my fur stand. It charges the air and saturates it with the smell of ozone. Shake the rain from my face. The whole world has fallen silent, except for the sound of a chilling drip. Hazel.
Freeze!
My eyes carefully follow the coil of dead roots on the gray floor of the greenhouse. I follow its trail all the way, the blood dripping onto the dirty tiles and the pale feet beside it. My eyes climb the mysterious figure. I don't think I'll ever forget the sight before me as short as I live. Lightning flashes brightly through the tall windows, looming rose bushes creep along them, white roses speckled across its dark leaves like stars in the night sky. Bright flowers begin to bleed red before my very eyes. At the rose bush's crimson-soaked centers, a small girl stands with her back towards me. Blood drips from tiny bite marks all over her hand. A red flower bulb is crushed between her delicate fingers.
Oh.
Please no hurt, puppy. Basil's been a good boy.
Mm.
Instead of a strong floral scent, the smell of burning paper and whittling lilacs floods my senses.
Yeah, the art is so pretty.
It's so good. Take me years to draw that. A whine unwittingly crawls up my throat and cuts through the silence. Time resumes once again. Girl turns, her gaze piercing right through me. From her hand. Doesn't say a word. Her attention is mine against my own will. Black dots begin to appear in the corners of my vision. The last thing I saw was her walking towards me. Before everything faded to dark. Fever is brutal throughout the night. Slip in and out of consciousness to flames beneath my skin and an ache I'd rather sleep off than face. Try to let my body go back to sleep, but strong hands force my jaws open and shove something down my throat. Intrusion makes me violently resist, but I'm far too weak to fend the intruder away. Dark takes me into its arms once again. Wake to the tang of rusty metal and humid air. The unfamiliar sensation makes my eyes snap open. Beyond the small cage that holds me, it's dark and damp. Clench my jaw as I examine my surroundings. Soon my eyes fixate on the ghost staring at me from outside my metal prison.
Oh?
I yelp and throw my body backwards, hitting the back of the cage. I expect the bite of hard metal on my back, but something smooth bends around my shape instead. It hisses at me in response. I don't think it liked that very much. My claws scrape the cold floor of the cage as I spin. The bars behind me morph into slithering vipers in defensive stances, each one baring their fangs in anger.
Careful. Their venom will make the blood in your body solidify in seconds. That wouldn't be a very pleasant way to die.
I look at the ghost in horror, breathing so quickly that I'm convinced I'll die from lack of oxygen, or so I think. The vipers settle back into metal bars, and I make myself small. I don't want to risk testing their patient again. Ghost is not a ghost, but a girl. Her hair looks like ink that's been violently knocked over and spilled onto the floor. It melts into the dark surroundings, contrasting her gray and sickly-looking skin. Expression is blank. I see her hands tightly clutching her white gown.
Do you bite?
Do you? I want to. Feel my teeth through a snarl and watch as she shows hers with a small smile. Her along my spine stands up. She starts to move and I flinch. The girl crawls towards the cage and I curl my nails. She reaches for me, a pale hand passing between the bars without resistance. It freezes right in front of my snout. Is she checking to see if I would really bite? Has she no fear, offering her hand so fearlessly in the presence of a beast? I may only be a pup, but the sheer force of my jaws can pierce right through her palm.
Oh god.
But like, no! I pull my face away from her hand and see her startled from my peripheral vision.
I didn't expect the timer there.
Probably could have just not do anything.
Maybe.
She pulls her hand back and holds it against her collar. Bite the hand. I hate children. Oh, come on. My eyes lock with hers, and she stares at me with her lips pressed together.
It'll be hard for me to protect you if you're too scaredy cat to do as I say.
Guy snapped back at the girl. Watch as she stands up and wipes her hands on her dress, not showing a single care about how dirty it's become.
If you want to survive, you'll have to listen to my instructions. Okay, doggy?
Arf. She tilts her head like she expects me to respond.
Don't try to be too brave. If you're smart, you'll stay careful. The others had too much fight in them. It made them foolish.
My heart pounds in my chest from her words alone. Gives me another haunting smile.
When your arm is better, I'll take you for a walk before he gets back.
Is this what she sounds like when she's excited? It's unsettling.
Oh.
She suddenly moves close to the cage again. I jump and back away, just enough where I don't risk getting into trouble with the vipers again. Scent of burning parchment and wilting lilacs returns. The girl's hair falls off her shoulders. I expect ink to trickle down and dye her dress black.
My name is Dove.
Hi, Dove, I'm Dad. I mean, horrible to meet you, Dove.
Wow. Thank you. Oh, that's cute.
Ooh. I spent the night nursing the dregs of my fever. At first woken up, I didn't take notice of how much of it already been soothed. But now, vague memories of violating hands surface in my thoughts. The girl, Dove, gave me some kind of medicine during the height of my fever. My body still feels uncomfortably warm. Rest my head on one arm and glance at the one that had been hurt earlier. Bandage it's firmly wrapped around it. Not enough to cut off the blood flow, but enough to restrict its movement. Dove's handiwork. Sigh softly through my nose, but then close my eyes. Time passes ambiguously in the cage, with nothing to reference. I don't know if it's been mere hours or days. A bowl of water sits in the corner of my cage. I know from the dryness of my throat that I need to hydrate. This is your time, Chad. But I have yet to muster up the courage to approach the bars that slither and rattle every so often. I am desperate enough to finally quench my thirst. The bars relievingly keep their metal form. Feeling better now, I curl into a ball and my tail cradles my face. There
Thank
you
you
go.
for hydrating the puppers.
I need to get some water soon. I want to go home.
You can get the water now if you like.
Sure.
I'm drinking some myself. Sitter has been at it and I'm here like, I am dope. My job is dope. I'll do the stretch while Sitter getting water. Creaky chair. Ow.
Thank you, I am now hydrated. I think.
Feel better?
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to go home. Exhaustion catches up to me once again. I fall asleep on crusty metal and wake up on dusty wood. The sound of my wind chimes alert me into consciousness. Eyes snap open and my retinas are immediately burned by the color that floods into them. On the floor in front of me is a kaleidoscope of lights created by the morning sun, a stark contrast to the dark and dreary setting I was previously confined to.
Window looks like it has butterfly wings at the top. And roses.
A warp reference?
It's me!
Maybe I dreamed it all in a feverish haze. Check on the gauze around my arm. It's still there. Weight around my neck brings me back into focus. Collar is secured around my throat. Attached to it, a long and heavy chain that leads to the leg of a large wardrobe in the corner of the room. The bedroom. I take in my latest cage. There are no longer venomous bars to keep me, but the state of confinement has not changed. My eyes move from the rainbows of the floor to the tile, to the line of chains restraining me, and to the rest of the room. I look at the windows and find swirling murals and expressive paintings of various creatures and monsters. The sun behind them illuminates the floor with speckles of color like stained glass window. Past the frame of the window, the drawings continue in nonsensical scrawl. Less art decorates the walls, but shelves with crackled plant pots and hanging tangles of ivy takes their place. Cups and bowls sit forgotten in a dark corner.
Thank you for the fart, Shepherd.
I briefly note two shallow dishes near where I lay. They look like they would be used by a pet. Judging from the surprising lack of grime from under them, it hasn't been that long since they were last used. Dusty books and crumpled parchment litter the floorboards. Taking up half of the room is a canopied bed. Dark curtains are pulled tightly together, preventing me from seeing inside. Sound of scratching captures my attention.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Drag my gaze past piles of books. There, sitting on a raggedy blanket, hunched over and scribbling over the print in a book, is Dove. Aw, why so sad? She gnaws on her lips and pinches her brows. I could hear her whispering something to herself.
No. 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 That won't work.
Slowly lift myself off the floor, cringing at the sound of clanking chains following my movement. Dove makes no move acknowledging my presence, so I continue approaching her. I'm closer to her back, I'm able to get a better look at what she's furiously writing. Scribbles of occult symbols make the words of the pages completely illegible. Swallow a lump in my throat. Collar around my neck feels very heavy right now. Dove suddenly tears a page out from the book. Jarring sound makes me jump as I slab into a tower of books, sending it toppling to the floor. Dread weighs heavily on me. I look back at Dove. She's now staring at me with wide eyes.
You're awake!
I release a small yelp and stare at her dumbfounded. She's brighter. Or maybe it's the luminous light filtering through the bedroom window. Something about it paints her in a rose-tinted lens that makes my weariness waver. That feeling instantly vanishes when she gets up and rushes towards me. I run away as fast as my legs allow me, but my air supply is abruptly cut off and I'm thrown off my feet. A sharp howl is pulled from my throat.
Why are you running?
There is no escape. I look behind me and see that the chain of my collar is pulled taut. I had reached its limit. I then see Dove standing in the spot I had pulled it from. Her gaze creeps along the chain, making its way to my crumpled form. Icy blue eyes stare into mine and I shudder. It feels like she could unravel me through sight alone. She looks at me like she knows. Then she perks up, snapping the tension away.
Alright, you're probably starving. The others were also very skittish when they had empty bellies.
Her voice trails off as though she becomes lost in thought. She starts waving through the mess of book piles, to reach the bedroom door.
Wait here.
I don't have much choice. Dove returns with a bread roll and a bowl. She sets the bowl down a couple of feet in front of me and retreats back to chew on her own food. I tentatively approach it. The bread smells like heaven. Uden. I lick my lips on instinct.
Yummy bread.
Must have been ages since I last ate, because I watch her tear chunks from it and mark every little crumb falling onto her white dress with yearning. I look down at the bowl she left for me. Sight of red fleshy chunks greets me.
Thank you for the fart.
Raw meat. Gave me a bowl of raw meat. I can't eat this.
What do you mean?
Red
What?
chunks make me gassy.
Why are you so picky?
Raw meat and gluten. It's good for your tummy. Maybe I could. But the idea of it has nausea crushing through me. Stare at the fresh blood pooling at the bottom of the bowl. Glance over at the bread. Then back down to the bowl, feeling confounded. My stomach growls. It feels saliva start to drip down to the side of my mouth. I can't do it.
Are you gonna let it go to waste?
Yes. Dove's voice comes from the right above me, and fear flutters in my stomach.
Hit the beat.
Big Diddy Ghost Girlfriend, Sam!
Welcome, Serenity.
Yeah.
We are playing a visual novel, so we are not talking to you guys as much, but I hope you enjoy the reading.
I will take any blessings upon my throat right now. And don't take that the wrong way.
They will. Okay then.
My eyes snap up. Dove reaches for me and I flinch, scattering away. She kneels in front of the bowl and dips her hand into it, crushing a fistful of squishy red meat between her fingies. Sound effects. It's quite crunchy for raw meat, but okay. He brings the raw meat to her mouth. Watch her. Bile rises in my throat as I watch her chew through the raw flesh and swallow it with sickly gulp.
It was a rapper, but it wasn't Greg's.
Covers her mouth with the back of her hand and gags, and then looks at me. Projectile vomit incoming. She smiles at me, her teeth stained with glistening red.
What a horrible taste.
A bit. A thin stream of blood falls from the corner of her mouth.
I suppose you'd like something a little more appetizing?
Yeah, give me some cake.
No.
Wolves love cake.
Also welcome, Quinn. Thank you.
So, why don't we eat raw meat if we're a wolf?
I don't know, that's kind of weird. You really added to
Definitely.
the Dove Eats Raw Meat counter.
He gags again, then runs out of the room. Hear the sound of her retching from another room. Sound effects. Is that how you retch? Yep. There you go. Dove returns with a new bowl of what looks like stew.
Raw meat stew? Oh,
I inspect it thoroughly.
Hold on. There's an ad running. Get
Have
some
a good
water.
ad. How are all the subs doing?
Yeah, how are the subs doing? Well, I should have used this for the meat sound.
Yes, that sounds like someone chewing raw meat. What is that, a Minecraft sound effect?
It's a stress toy that I have hanging around in my room.
Oh, I thought it was from the OXLR.
Nope.
Sounded like the Minecraft sound when you're eating something. Like crunch, 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 crunch.
Hold on. There we go. Having a good time.
Spooky ASMR.
I really like the rapper though.
Maybe we should become like Foley artists. Make sound effects for movies.
We should. I can write. What, Goblin? What? You need more than a rapper.
Oh, you don't.
Okay, hold on. Maybe we can
Listen
tackle
to
the
those
things.
like. Grab some plates. Take a plate and a fork and just scratch all over it.
Oh God, that's horrible.
I could give you some beard ASMR.
Ooh, opening beer sounds nice. That's almost over.
It's a long ass ad break.
Yeah, it's like 3 minutes. But that's what I have to do to not run pre-roll ads. So
Mm-hmm.
don't forget to drink water.
Yeah.
Or
Bye, community.
yeah, you don't see the ads because you're a sub. But yeah, they use end that. Welcome back, everyone. We waited till the ads were over to continue, so you didn't miss anything.
It's kind of weird that ads apply to mods as well.
Ads: Air Force, Prime Video, Next School Wins, Monster Energy, Hanes, Crocs. Nice.
Ooh. Was it the Goth Crocs commercial?
There's golf Crocs.
Yeah, I think they made boots as well.
Oh. Awesome.
Goth Crocs.
Should go with my golf snot.
Maybe you can put it on your phone. Grandma, don't start wearing Goth Crocs. Please do. I want to see it.
Oh yeah. And then when I start my stream, you can always think that I'm wearing golf Crocs.
Goth Crocs. Hold on. Crocs on Etsy. Amazon. Ooh, yes.
Oh, did
I wonder
you
if I
find
can
them?
post this. Hold on.
Let me check that.
They're just black Crocs with some studs and stuff.
I mean, I can't click it from here. Never mind. I tried to click it from OBS.
sure they made like boots too, but I can't find it.
White and my queen crocs are the best to go.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's get back to reading. Did we read this one? I forget.
Ooh, Batman Crocs. I inspect it thoroughly, checking for insects or anything inedible.
Whoops.
When I surmise that there's nothing of the sort, I dig in greedily. My eyes begin to sting after the first couple of bites. Stew is so bland.
British stew.
Frickin' white people and their stew. It makes me yearn for my grandmother's cooking so badly. Poles cook.
Apparently. Better
From the
than
corner
British.
of my eye, I can see Dove watching me like a hawk. Like all it takes is a single fling for me to disappear. Only I could. I finish eating the stew, a soft thudding captures my attention. Look back to see my tail wagging against the floor.
Oh.
I feel myself shrink with embarrassment. Immediately sees its movement, but not before Dove takes notice.
Looks like your energy has returned.
Her eyes move to my arm.
Does it still hurt?
I stare at Dove, then hesitantly put my weight on my wrapped up arm. Sharp pain is mostly gone, but a dull ache still remains. If the opportunity for me to run away came, I could probably do it, but not without difficulty. Take a frustrated whine. Dove tilts her head at me, considering my reply. She approaches me again, slowly this time.
It's my real state.
I hold my breath as she comes closer, her hands hovering near the collar around my neck. I'm suddenly hyper aware of how quiet it is. There's no drum of rain or crack of thunder to be heard from outside. Who dares to crow inside my racing heart?
Will you hurt me
Bob.
if I take it off?
If boss music comes. Answer? Aw. I shake my head slightly. A curious look. Her hands hover for a short moment, then she nods. Collar lifts off my shoulders. Then I bolt. Bye! My shift escape shoves Dove aside. I barely see her get thrown to the floor as I make for the open bedroom door.
Sandra, come back!
Never! Try and catch me. Dove makes a panicked noise behind me. Fades out in my rush to leave her behind.
Don't leave me!
Then I'm back into the hallway where the horrors began. I need to go back to the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, it is loud.
I sprint to the stairs.
Sprint to a chair.
Must sit. Then suddenly, I'm skidding to the stop when a wall meets me at the end of the hall instead of the staircase. Oh, the music too. There we go. I stare in confusion. Did I go the wrong way? I look around the hall. I don't remember seeing this many doors.
Top log.
Sinking feeling unravels in my gut. I round down a new hallway and turn into another and another. Exploration of the matter was cut short when I first arrived, so maybe I can't remember everything well enough. But I swear,
Yeah, it can be a bedtime story. Hey, if it relaxes you.
and there are these are not the same halls I walked through before. After I turn into the 15th hallway in this new labyrinth, the sound of something being dragged cuts off my thoughts.
Uh-oh.
I look behind me, fear pulsing in my veins. Ghostly figure slowly walks down the cross-section of another hall.
Oh god. Okay.
Like a Dark Souls boss. I love it. Long hair protrudes from its head, running down to the floor stiffly like straw and hiding most of its long, thin limbs. Watch it disappear around the corner, completely frozen in my spot.
That's just my cousin. Fine.
Another ghost. I've never seen one this corrupted before. Now feel extremely vulnerable, like a beacon standing in the long and open corridor. Tapping noises next. My heart pounds violently in my chest as I search for the sound. Immediately see another ghost heading straight for me. I yelp and crush myself against the wall as if it'll make me invisible.
Ooh.
Ooh. This ghost staggers towards me with bony knees knocking together. Oh, how knees sound like. A thin veil curtains its upper body, and something that resembles a bird's beak peeks out at its chest.
How you holding up, son?
Are you winning, son? The closer it gets, the better I am able to make out the details of its leathery skin, the beady bloodshot eyes that dabble across its face above the rotten beak. Little thin arms plunge sharply at the elbow and reach back behind the ghost's head. It balances on its elbows and pulls itself forward on them. I make myself paper thin and shiver when part of its elbow brushes against one of my paws. I start breathing again when it passes quietly, then back away into an intersection of hallways. Another ghost almost tramples me.
Damn, that's like a ghost hotel. Oh.
Two ghosts follow one another down the path of the bird-like ghost.
Those two look cool.
Maybe it is a ghost hotel. One is a cluster of what looks like fungi and twisting fabric that melts into bumpy flesh. A stringy network of mycelium trails
Mycelium.
behind it. Yeah. The other creates a sound of glass crunching together with every steady step it takes. Its arms stick out like pieces of wood that lightly swing at it as it walks, and where its face should be is a void framed by jagged, broken pieces of porcelain skin. You can still make out the raggedly made uniform that clings to its bloated form.
That's cute.
I think those were some free VTuber designs for somebody. I follow the ghosts in a trance. A line of school children, they walk along a well-known path. Normally, when a ghost is corrupted from being trapped in the land of the living, every semblance of their humanity is lost. So where do these ghosts stalk to with so much purpose? They navigate the hallways without hesitation, twisting and turning through the route already well worn. And so painfully easy. Have been led back to the kitchen. I see Dove standing on the kitchen table, delicately twisting an incandescent bulb into a hanging light fixture. Bright black tears stain her cheeks, but her expression betrays no sign of dejection. Another bulb is held loosely in her other hand. This one has been burned out so badly that no light can penetrate its ashy, blackened surface.
It took 40 years to develop this type of filament.
The ghost surrounds her.
Whoa.
Cool. I watch them reach for her and I open my jaws to bark out a warning, but I choke on my rising panic. Dove doesn't notice them and continues to screw in the bulb.
I read that these bulbs can stay lit for up to 1,200 hours. Jesus.
Claws press against her skirt.
And yet, after less than a week, their legacy of light in the dark has been snubbed out forever.
One last turn of her wrist, light envelops the room.
Also, we are getting hydrated, etc.
Yes, overly hydrated. Good thing we don't have a pee redeem.
Yet. Something so wonderful.
Dove stares into the bulb's light and her fingers caress the glass.
Only breaks in a place like this.
Ghosts have vanished. Dove gives no hint of awareness for the presence that had just left them. The blood thuds in my ears. Could she not see them? I look at the door that I had used to enter the mansion. Your Dove dusts off her hands and tosses the old bulb into a box where it shatters amongst the other pieces of glass.
Oh.
She sighs wearily.
How long will this cycle continue for?
Barely hear her words. Instead, I stare at the wall where the back door should be. And there is no door.
Oh,
I immediately freak out. I run to the wall, ignoring the ache of my arm, and scratch the old wallpaper, hoping the door was only hidden behind it. My claws tear through the wood, but as I continue scratching, the outline of a door does not reveal itself. Back away, staring at the shredded decoration of breathing rapidly. I said breathing, not breeding.
it's not there anymore.
I turn my head and see Dove sitting on the kitchen table, swinging her legs. She stares at the wall I had torn up and gives me a blank expression. I explode. My body ignites with fiery rage as I crawl and snarl at her. Bork, bork. She frowns, and her eyes turn downcast with guilt.
I don't know how to get it back. Okay.
Uh-oh. Bark louder. Bark, bark. Dove covers her ears and glares at me.
Oh, she looks cute. Doing that will solve nothing.
I need catharsis. I whimper and go back to scratch the door, more in desperation.
I'm sorry. Enough. I'm tired of seeing you wallow in your despair.
Reply with an indignant huff. See Duff puff her cheeks in annoyance. I turn my head away and rest it on my paws.
There's no way out. It's better for you to just accept it.
Growl rumbles in my throat.
Even the front door is gone, so instead of wasting time, you might as well follow me and keep yourself occupied.
I wish I could cry.
Damn it.
My ears lay flat against my skull. I've landed myself right in the mouth of a carnivorous flower, with sweetest of shelter to lure me in. And I never consider whatever it would let me go once I'd threaded past its sharp teeth. Take a peek at Dove. Doesn't seem to have any problem with being a caged bird. Is she so comfortable living in these conditions that she can't even see how wrong it is? How can anyone possibly live like this? Her patience reached its end and she slides off the kitchen table. I cry out when she hauls me off the ground and I bare my fangs at her when her face appears right before mine. My glare doesn't faze her.
Follow, Wolf.
No.
There's much to do.
We return to the labyrinth of hallways. Dove seems to know her way around them well.
You'll follow me and you'll like it.
follow you, but not because you said so.
Wow.
Now that I'm not frantically running through them, I noticed how much different the atmosphere of the manor is. This dirt coats the floor, ceiling lights illuminate the hallways, and it almost feels peaceful. Dove stops by a closet in the hallway. She grabs onto the handles of the door and it opens up to reveal shelves and cupboards of miscellaneous tools and supplies. She climbs a stool to reach the highest shelf and retrieves a box with small buckets and brushes. The stool she stands on starts to sway and I tense. Climbs back down without issue, then leads me into a room I recognize. Makes her way to the broken side table I'd spotted when I first explored the rooms of the mansion, and I take the time to look around.
Nice room.
Dining table with only 3 chairs takes up most of the room. Candles spike up from the top like stalagmites. There's so many that
Oops,
I
sorry.
can see the end. I can see the end of a fountain pen, as well as scraps of paper. I'm unable to see a well of ink from my position, but I assume that is what runs down the dusty tablecloth in dark splotches. A glint catches my attention. On the other side of the room, I'm unsettled by the mirrors that cover the wall from floor to ceiling. I swallow a lump that forms in my throat and do not let my eyes linger on them. I lay on the floor and watch her slather strongly scented glue onto the broken leg of the table. She roughly connects the broken leg to the rest of the table and fans it with her hand so it dries faster. She tests its sturdiness with a light finger, then scrunches her nose when it wobbles. Piece of She twists around and digs in her box, then pulls out a roll of twine with the bright expression on her face. My brows furrow together. Duff throws the string around the leg and binds it tightly. When she's done, she sets the table straight again. It still rocks unsteadily, but it stays standing.
This is fine.
That seems to be good enough for Dove, because she's picked up her box again and gives it a nod.
Oh.
Damn it. I leap from my spot on the floor and spin to a loud noise. In the corner of the room, the long-haired ghost from earlier stands bent over a broken vase. Flinch when Dove lets out a startled noise and starts to stride towards it. Orc.
Orc.
It's dangerous.
Siri.
I grab the back of her gown with my teeth to stop her. Dove's demeanor goes from angry to taken aback. She stops and looks down at me. I shock myself in my own actions and quickly drop her skirt. Dove considers me for a moment, then switches her attention back to the ghost and marches over to him.
You clods.
My jaw drops.
I don't need another person to clean up after.
The ghost laces its long fingers together and bows its head. Dove gets closer to it. She stumbles and cries out. Ghost snaps its head back up to her. Dove checks the bottom of her foot and sees a shard embedded in her flesh. Red bloods from the small wound. Red blooms from the small wound. The ghost makes a groaning sound and steps towards Dove. She hisses when it walks through the mess of glass and drags it with him. It's concerned for her? I observe their interaction befuddled. Everything I know about corrupted ghosts is being challenged. Ghost friends. I paused to think about how the ghost rushed to her side earlier. Ghost tucks on Dove's sleeve like it's asking for forgiveness. She continues to badger it while digging the shard out of her foot. I study them curiously. It wasn't because they wanted to cause her harm.
He's clumsy.
I trail behind Dove when she leaves to treat the small cot and when she returns to clean up the mess. We leave the ghost and Dove continues down whatever to-do list. While she paints over the scratches on the kitchen door, trying to match the old wallpapers, he speaks to me.
Have you met all of them already?
Doesn't speak again until we run into another ghost. Waits in the hallway for Dove. She perks up when she sees what it's holding.
Oh, thank you, Babel.
Takes a small bundle of red roses from it, freshly torn from its bush.
Aw.
I follow her to a window and see a tall, thin glass vase with withered roses in it sitting on the sill. Dove takes out the dead flowers and replaces them, then pauses and looks down at something below.
Oh.
Her face reveals nothing as she tears her gaze away from them and makes her way down the hall again. Before following her, I stand on my haunches and try to peer out the window. Chill comes down on me when I look down and see a small patch of graves, each marked by a small wooden crosses. From the unnerving sight and turn towards the hall where Dove had gone down. Stands at the end of the hall waiting for me. Bird-like ghost's name is Grell, and the doll-like ghost's name is Odette. Dove introduces them officially when we run into them as we go around the manor doing mundane tasks. Sight I can't get used to. Can't understand how a young girl can act so normal around such monstrous beings. Think their translucent, leathery skin or the fluids that drip from their decaying flesh is enough to send me reeling.
Hey, maybe they're my family.
She does not flinch or fear. when they had surrounded her in the kitchen. She could tell they were there, waving their arms together to wrap her in a ghostly embrace. She didn't care in the slightest. I start to think she's more disturbing than the ghosts.
Oh, thank you.
Cray. To become this corrupted, they would have to have stayed trapped in this place for a long time. Why are they still here? Their horrific forms border on pitiful. It is far gone. It has to be some type of hell. Dove walks among them like they're her family, though.
Welcome, Reaper.
It's not quite right. I reconsider my thoughts. Maybe image of the Craves flashes in my mind. It's because she is theirs. Watch her guide Grell's gangly limbs out of the hallway so they can pass through, like they're nothing but an annoying sibling. Monster, just like them. This cage she lives in is of her own making. Dove does these errands like a routine, putting books away in the library and cleaning up candles burned at the end of their wicks. By the time she finishes winding up a large grandfather clock in the hallway, the manor feels like a completely different place. The air is less stifled by the dust particles, the rooms are brighter and it feels like a home now. As we walk back to Dove's room, the sun begins its descent into the blazing orange horizon, and the evening cicadas make all the shrill voices heard. Despite the manor feeling more livable, there is a feeling it gives me that I cannot shake. Void that looms like a presence. It's like letters left unfinished, or a tea half empty and turning cold. There's this sense of stagnation that places this manor outside of time's reach, and it leaves noise that buzzes persistently in the air. Dove stops abruptly, and I almost trip over my paws, trying not to run into her. Take a peek from behind her, and I immediately let out a yelp.
Oh god.
The very first ghost I had met stands at the end of the hallway. Doesn't move. See the ghost stagger down the hallway towards us, and I instinctively back away.
He's the only ghost with color. Oh.
Then Dove speaks.
It's okay.
Not reassured in the slightest. Ghost gets closer, and I can see the details of her leaking entrails. I make a whimpering sound and hide behind Dove, keeping myself close to the wall.
He's harmless. He doesn't do anything.
Oh, a quick glance at Dove when her voice falters.
But watch.
Ghost is right beside us. Its milky eyes look down at Dove, and she holds its unseeing gaze with cold eyes. I don't breathe. The sour smell of rot overwhelms my heightened sense of smell. Tension between Dove and the ghost creates a pressure that thins the air, making my lungs ache for oxygen. Pain seizes my chest just when I can no longer hold my breath in. Continues down the hall passively. I exhale loudly.
Be good.
I startle when Dove clenches her fist beside me. Her eyes follow the ghost for a couple of seconds longer. Then she cuts off her stare and moves on. Quickly chase after her, not wanting to be alone with this particular ghost again, ever again, if my luck allows it. Look back for a split second and the ghost has disappeared. Dove's shoulders are squared as we return to her room. Since the sun has set in the opposite direction of her window, the scattering of colors from this morning is long gone. Her relationship with the hallway ghost is much different from the others.
Yep.
The way she spoke about her almost seemed resentful. Pat to a corner, stalling for a moment, and I see the collar from earlier on the floor. I narrow my eyes at it and pick it up with my teeth. Then I throw it far at the far wall.
Wow.
Eat! I give the collar one last glare, then curl up on the floor. Dove settles cross-legged in the middle of her book, towers, and reaches for a random text. I let out a big yawn, feeling heavy after the events of the day. I don't know if there's enough time in the world to process everything that's happened to me since I left home. I close my eyes and feel tendrils of sleep curl around me. Best feeling ever.
Do you think people can come back from the dead?
You ask it so quietly I almost don't hear it. I don't think she expects an answer. I cannot give her one.
Oh.
Get to save.
E. Oh. Get some water, Citron. How are you guys?
How's everybody this nice Friday?
It's Friday, Friday, gonna get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward for the weekend. Spooked.
Spooked. And sleepy.
Spoopy, sleepy is good.
Just sleep.
Wait, you're a sleep demon.
Want to.
You evil.
Depends. I give you some tasty nightmares.
Oh, scratching my eye.
Remember that time when you were falling in your sleep? Or that time you went to your school's reunion, but you were completely naked.
Oh god. Oh, that's
I should
nice,
probably
Iris.
start reading bedtime stories.
Yes, you should.
Bedtime stories.
Mm. I should not sleep.
I don't think you need to mod. It's pretty chill.
Yeah, it's pretty chill. You can go to sleep if you need to.
What do you guys think of the game?
Yeah, you guys liking the game?
Just gonna buy this game.
Mm-hmm.
I know I will.
Saffeine's still writing it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the artwork is really nice. I really like the red and black and white.
Do you have the link to the game available?
Yes,
It's on itch.io.
yep.
Chat for the people.
For the people.
I can do it too.
Oh yeah, you do it yourself.
I'll try to be a mod just this once.
Thank you. I actually gave you mod as well.
There we go. There's the. Suppose it's the same site.
Yes. There you go, chat. It's still being written as of now.
You can name your own price.
Mm-hmm.
I think I bought it for like $10.
Oh. Yeah, this is a demo. Like an
They'll have like 10 minutes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like the pacing. It's not like the pacing is good. It's not like too much,
Yeah.
and then nothing happens. Get bits and pieces now and then.
A good
Like I was
pacing.
talking on my stream yesterday about the letter,
Yes.
the horror. That the pacing is just horrible in that game.
It's a good visual novel. It's just so.
It is. If you want like an actual horror, a really spooky one, but yeah, I wouldn't stream it. It's a bit too boring. But this is fun. Like
Yeah.
unless you're me and narrating the whole thing.
Thank you, Cinder.
No problem. Maybe once the full game comes out, we can do the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna need a lot more hydrate redeems.
People.
Or
Chop, chop.
if Sapphire wants some voice acting help, you can hit us up.
Oh yeah.
The practice.
For the practice.
Are we gonna end after the 2 hours, or are we gonna continue?
I think the demo it's I think it's 2 hours.
We have like what 7 minutes
Okay.
to stream, but we can keep going and see how far we can get.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how much we have left.
Oh, it's like 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Then let's just finish it and
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, damn. That's a tease. Okay. I went at the bites. Oops. The roses are extra hungry today.
Angie.
It's been so long since I fed them that their petals have bleached white. I watch as my blood saturates the colorless flowers and narrow my eyes when I spot a parasitic fungi at the base of the bush. Part of the bush is already starting to wither because of it. I reached out. I reached down and tear the terrible thing out. I know more will sprout in its place, but I refuse to leave such a blight near my creation. I walked to a different section of the greenhouse and threw it right next to the corpse of the fungi's latest victim. My heart clenches at the sight. Its eyes are still open. I press my fingers down on the lid of the dead wolf, but it's too late. The terror on its face is already cemented in time. My fingers crawl and my nails stab into my palm, making the bites sting. I return to the rose bush and continue to feed them. Thunder and lightning crash above me. Will it lure in another pitiful soul tonight? Oh? I hear the door slam and I flinch, crushing the bulb in my hand. My ears listen intently, searching for lingering traces of his presence. When I find none, I take a deep breath and finally let myself relax. I tear the bulb from its stem and my hands fall to my sides. The sound of the rain is so clear now as I close my eyes to let it wash out everything else. I relish in its violence against the roof of the greenhouse and tremble under the crisp craps of thunder. To pass the time, now that time is mine, it is mine again, I whisper something my mother taught me under my breath. Then, I hear a whimper come from behind me. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the demo.
Klappa.
Clap it. And that was DICENTRA by SAFFEINE.
So far.
So far, yeah. Thank you so much for the nice game, SAFFEINE. Thank you for watching us.
Thank you for letting us play it.
Hey, I hope we did justice with the voice acting.
It was nice and simple dialogue.
Yeah. It was nice to read.
Buy the game if you're interested, if you thought it was fun.
Yeah. It's up here. Let me pin it. If I can. There we go.
Do you have like a Discord server or something for the development of the game?
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you. Let me use look up something real quick.
Hold on. same name there.
Oops.
Uh, be interesting to follow the development process.
Yeah, absolutely. See. Oh, so
Well, anyway,
the next
yeah,
the next one in Paranoia schedule is on YouTube. So if you want to watch their stream, it's in this link.
they were streaming like 3 different games, right?
Yeah, I think they're
Nice.
streaming. They're streaming The Unkillable King and Radio from Beyond. So two. So we'll be there. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I hope you guys liked the game. We'll totally keep voice acting this on stream when more comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does, Clover. Thank you, Abieri. I hope you liked it as well. And we'll turn up to YouTube for the next streamer. See you guys. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the follows and
Bye
subs.
bye.
And you can follow Citra. Let me give.
I'll see you in your sleep, don't worry.
There you go. If you want to follow Citra, he's really good at narrating and really nice for helping me go through this because I had COVID recently and I'd probably die if I had to read all of it.